So, you're going on a cruise. Embarkation day can be a lot, but it doesn't have to be.
Today, we are going to be sharing our tips and tricks to help you prepare for your next embarkation day and get your cruise off to the perfect start.
Hi friends! If you're new here, I am Jake.
And I'm Taylor.
And we love cruising. We like to think we've gotten pretty darn good at Embarkation Day over the last 8 or so cruises that we've taken together.
Today we're going to be discussing all the things that you should do, be prepared for, and have in the back of your mind as you're heading to your cruise port for day 1.
Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed, because our next embarkation date is right around the corner. You're not going to want to miss it. We do vlogs of every cruise we go on, plus helpful tips and tricks videos like this, cruise ship tours, all sorts of things to help you make the most out of your next cruise.
And let us know in the comments down below how you tackle embarkation day. We can't wait to hear from you. Okay, we're going to jump right in. We're going to sort of go step by step how we do day 1 on a cruise, and that's actually going to start at home before you leave. So the first thing you are going to want to make sure you do and have is all of your required documentation and paperwork. This is going to differ depending on the cruise line, but they are going to send you an email with everything that you are going to need, plus all of the fine print of the cruise, anywhere from a few months to a couple of days before you set sail. So make sure you have an electronic version of that, either through the app or in your email, and then also print out a version of it too, so you have a hard copy just in case something happens and you can't access the electronic ones. But do that before you leave, have them ready to go.
Next, make sure you don't arrive too early to the pier, because most of the time, you're going to have an assigned arrival time. This can be based on the stateroom category that you're in. It can be based on how early you checked in for the cruise, any number of things, but you're going to have an assigned arrival time. Just arrive within that window. If you get there too early, they may not allow you to get into the actual line to go through security and the whole boarding process yet because the crowds are just too big. You may end up standing in line and waiting in the hot sun with no access to bathrooms or anything like that. Just don't do it. Show up during the time that they say you're supposed to, and if you're running late, don't worry. As long as you're there before they close the doors to let people in, you're going to be just fine. They're still going to let you on the cruise.
And now, before you hop into that line, we recommend that you give any of your larger pieces of luggage, hand them over to the porters at the cruise pier. They are going to want a little bit of a tip, so have that ready too. But this is just going to make it easier. We're going to talk about it in a little bit, but your cabin's not going to be ready right when you get on the ship. If you're having to haul around your 50-pound piece of luggage and your carry-on through the buffet and to the pool, it's going to be a real hassle. So just hand that over and you'll be good to go. It'll be waiting for you at your cabin a little bit later.
On the other hand, make sure you retain your carry-on bag, or whatever the equivalent of that is for you. That bag should have things like your travel documents, your boarding pass, your medication, valuables, and of course, your swimwear, because you want to get right into that pool, right into the hot tubs as soon as you can, because hey, vacation started. You don't want to waste any time waiting for that stuff to be able to get it out of your bag when it shows up at your stateroom hours later.
Okay, so you handed over your bag, you have your carry-on, you've proved to someone that you are supposed to be getting on this ship. The next thing you're gonna have to do is go through security. It's going to be really similar to TSA at the airport. You won't have to take off your shoes, but everything will have to be removed from your pockets. You know, belts will have to come off. Everything will go through a scanner and you will go through a metal detector. If you set it off, you'll be wanded. You know how security works. But all of that being said, make sure before you get on the ship, you check the list of prohibited items for that cruise line, because they will confiscate it from you, and that is if it's in your carry-on bags or in your large luggage. Those go through scanners too. If there's anything in there that's not allowed on the ship, they will open it, take it out. If you want it back, it is kind of a process at the end of the cruise to get it back. Just don't bring anything you're not allowed, but once you go through that, vacation can kind of start.
All right, so security is done. You've made it through that process. You've probably talked to somebody behind a desk. You've effectively checked in given them your credit card information, put that on file if it wasn't already. They've given you your boarding pass if you didn't already have it. You've done all of those things, and maybe you've even sat in the little holding area for a while until they called your boarding group to board. But all of that out of the way, you've taken those first glorious steps onto the ship, and it's time to get down to your vacation. But there's a few things you're going to want to do first.
For a lot of cruise lines, it's not all of them at this point, but the vast majority of them, once you get onto the ship, there's going to be a ton of crew kind of like ushering you to your muster station. Your card or any paperwork you're bringing on the ship is going to tell you where you need to go. Figure out how your cruise line approaches muster drills as soon as possible and just get it done. The ship cannot leave until everyone has completed the muster drill, whether that be watching a video on your phone beforehand, watching the video in your stateroom once you have access to them, or by going up to someone and they say, "This is a life vest, wear it if we're sinking."
It seems silly, right? But every cruise we go on, there's always people whose names are being called over the PA system on the ship moments before we're supposed to set sail because they haven't completed their muster drill. And maybe it's a lack of understanding of like, oh, but I watched the video on my phone.
Yeah.
Yes, but you have to go to where your muster station is so that you know how to get off this ship in the safest, most expeditious manner in the event of an emergency. Just get it done. Next, at this point, you may want to go to your cabin right away. Start unpacking, start getting set up, get to know the place that's going to be your home for the next few days, week, 2 weeks, whatever. Just know that they're probably not going to be ready at this phase. They still have to be cleaned and reset from the last passengers that probably just got off the ship just a few hours before you got on, and one stateroom attendant tends to manage quite a lot of rooms. So give it time. Go someplace and chill. Get you a drink, get you a snack, go hang out by the pool, get a nice seat to watch the sail away events that are going to happen in just a few hours. Just chill. Time to chill. Chill.
But at this point, you're probably starting to feel a little hungry. It's probably going to be right around lunchtime. And most people are going to just head right to the buffet. So if you do the same thing, expect it to be busy.
And more full than usual because people will have bags with them.
Absolutely. But a lot of ships have other dining options open. That can be quick grab and go items. That might be a burger joint by the pool deck.
A pizza place?
Yeah.
Most cruises have a pizza place that's complimentary.
And some ships even have a sit-down dining option open for lunch. So if you do a little bit of research before you board, you might be able to avoid some of that lunchtime on embarkation day buffet craziness.
All right. Now, by this point, we're generally feeling pretty good because we've gotten our bellies full, maybe had our first drink, had our first cup of coffee. We are fully in vacation mode and it's time to explore. Start getting used to what the ship layout is and how to get there from here because it's your home for the next however many days. You're going to want to know how to not get turned around while you're moving around there. Get a leg up on it, start exploring.
Yeah, we don't go crazy because at this point we're going to still have our carry-on bags and most of the time ours have our computers in them. So they're heavy, but until the room is ready, we're walking around seeing what there is to see. And then you're going to hear that announcement. Cabins are open. Go ahead and head to your room.
Elbows out, head down.
Once that announcement is made, we usually do head right to our room, mostly to drop off those heavy bags. And it allows us to check out the room, make sure everything is working, make sure it's in order. We like to try to meet our stateroom attendant then, ask them for anything we may need or any questions we have. We usually don't, but we like to meet them and say hi because they're very friendly. And just like freshen up a little bit. Don't do this. We've been traveling all morning to get there. So it's nice to kind of take that moment to relax. Your luggage is most likely not going to be at your room by then, but you can get jump started with that carry-on at least.
Otherwise, once you're in your stateroom, you should probably make sure you at least know where the life jackets are located. Usually they're going to be in one of the closets kind of high up on the top shelves.
Yeah.
Check there first or ask your stateroom attendant where they are if you can't find them. Watch the safety video on the TV if there is one. Review the safety information in your room. And just get ready for the sail away events. Now that you are fully unburdened with no bags, you've dropped those off in the room, this is a good time to start getting a feel for some of the more detailed portions of the ship. Where's the best bars? Where's the cool hangout spots? Where are you going to get the best views to watch the sail away happen? Stuff like that. That way you can sort of make the most of that first day of your cruise and the next several. And it's also a really good opportunity to get an idea for the rhythm of the ship, the layout, and who the crew are. They're there to make sure your experience is spectacular for the rest of your trip. So you may as well get to know them now.
And at this point, if you haven't done so already, maybe after lunch, we recommend going and get those reservations you weren't able to get before boarding the ship. This is going to be anything from the spa and the salon, the thermal suite, if your ship has one, kids clubs, excursions, onboard activities, dining reservations. It's a lot, we know, and a lot of it you can do before you board, but most ships do hold some spots for all of these things for guests once they board. So if you need to ask where to go to make these things, it's gonna depend on the ship. A lot of times you're just gonna go to the spa or go to the kids clubs to make those reservations, but it might be somewhere different. So ask, find out where you need to go and get them booked, because the earlier you go on embarkation day, the less lines you're gonna have to deal with and the more likely you are to get the times and actual reservations that you want.
And now the last major thing. Relax, unwind, you made it, you're here. Find a spot, chill out, grab a drink. No, if they're walking around with drinks on trays, they're not free. You will have to pay for those. Anytime they take your card for a while and swipe it, they probably took your money, so just know that. But this is your time now. You've done the things, you've held up your side of the bargain. Start enjoying your vacation.
And put on sunscreen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't ruin the rest of your trip with a sunburn from embarkation. And so, you've done it. Most of the day is done. But here are a few other things you can do to really just make sure embarkation day is setting you up for a great rest of your trip.
First, when your luggage is delivered to your room, we recommend unpacking. If it's a longer cruise, living out of your luggage for that time might just be unmanageable. Those rooms are very small. Your luggage might not fit under the bed. There's a lot of considerations like that. It takes almost no time to put your stuff away in drawers. We usually do it when we're getting ready for dinner. So just take a few moments, get your stuff put away the way you want it to be for the rest of the cruise. It'll save you time and stress later on.
Make sure you take motion sickness meds if you suspect that you're going to deal with any form of seasickness, because the ship's going to start moving really soon.
Don't forget to turn off your cell phone data or turn on airplane mode. If you bought the Wi-Fi package, turn on airplane mode, turn on Wi-Fi. Once you get out to sea, those roaming charges are going to start hitting anytime your cell phone does ping a tower and connect. You don't want to be surprised by that when you get back home at the end of your trip.
Check out the daily program, whether that be the paper copy that you can pick up usually somewhere around guest services or through the app on your phone, and find out what's going on the rest of the day. Mark the activities you might want to check out and set yourself up for a fun night.
Don't miss the sail away party. There is dancing, there is music. It's a party. It's a great opportunity to see the cruise director, figure out who they are, meet some of the entertainment staff. And since that usually happens on the pool deck and some of the upper levels of the ship, it's a great opportunity to watch the land fade into the distance as you sail away. It's one of our favorite parts of every cruise. It is unforgettable. We always make sure that we don't miss the sail away party.
And then just have fun. Food, drinks, live entertainment, music, the casino. Once you hit international waters, there is just so much to do on a cruise. And you've done the hard part. Now it's time to enjoy it.
You're trapped. You can't get away. You may as well. So there you have it. Embarkation day, done and dusted. Let us know if we've missed anything. This is our version of a perfect embarkation day, but you might have your own. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments down below.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If it has helped you plan for your upcoming embarkation day, please give it a thumbs up. It lets us know that this is the type of content that people want to see, and share it with your cruising friends. You want to help them out too. But I guess for now, that's all from This Happy Place.
Now go find yours. Bye.
Bye.
Ow!
Oh my god.
Okay. And let us know in the comments down below.
Do it again, sorry. And let us know in the comments down below. We can't wait to hear from you.
If it can't be out of that.
Is that good?
Yeah.
For a lot of cruise lines, not all of them, but for right when you step on the ship, the crew is going to be what?
Your thumb was in my butt.
Sorry. I can't believe the battery life of this thing.
Plugged in.
Oh.
It's gone up since we started filming.